Greetings, the Hijabi Gamer here, and apparently Ryan from RK Outpost has managed to piss off Twitter again. Apparently they're now threatening his life over his review of the Batman. And now they've also even included the rest of the Geeks and Gamers team into that threat. Well, I'd like to ask, can you please include me in that? Because I would consider it a massive compliment. Apparently it's like a badge of honor when you have the crazy lunatic SJW woke mob threatening your life on Twitter. Yeah, so I'd appreciate that, really. Apparently I saw the 30-second clip that has them throwing fits, and you know what? He makes sense. I agree with what he's saying, but if you don't like it so much, you know what? Hey, if you're on YouTube, right? There's this button you can click. If it's gray for you, it means you're subscribed. All you have to do is hit it again, and it'll turn red. And that means you're unsubscribed. That means, get this, you're not going to get notifications when Ryan makes new videos. You don't have to watch his videos if you don't like him so much. You don't have to subscribe to my channel or any of the people on Geeks and Gamers if they piss you off that much. Yeah, by default, you do not have to be subscribed to everyone on YouTube. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Just don't listen to him if you don't like what he has to say. Cool, huh? However, I do agree we definitely need to gatekeep our fandoms. I don't know how we're going to do that, especially without keeping out potentially new, genuinely interested people. You know, there are people who want to get involved in fandoms and are actually really interested. I've met some of them playing Destiny. I've gotten people into playing Destiny too. In addition, how can we keep from keeping out people we don't expect, like me? I'm a massive Batman, fan. People don't expect that when they see me, or a Destiny 2 player. I love Warframe. A couple years back, I was wearing my Hunter cap, the red cap with the Hunter logo on it, at work, and we had a district manager visiting, and he thought I was wearing it because I liked the logo, not that I was playing Destiny 2. So people don't expect that. So how do we keep out the crazy lunatic SJW woke mob and keep in the genuine fans is my only thing. But I agree. They're messing with everything. And now they've played with Halo. What are they going to do to Destiny or Warframe? So yeah. As for the Batman, the new movie coming out, honestly, it wasn't really on my radar. I tend to really not be interested in Batman movies because I read the comic books. And let me put it another way. Harry Potter. I don't like the Harry Potter movies. I like the books. I like the audiobooks. You want a really good Harry Potter, entertainment experience? Listen to the audiobooks. Jim Dale does an amazing job with these audiobooks. To me, the audiobooks are better than the movies. So when it comes to Batman, especially, in particular right now, the Batman, I didn't even see the trailer. I didn't even realize it was coming out. All I knew about it was what was mentioned during the Geeks and Gamers live stream on Tuesday. I might watch the Nolan movies after Jeremy talked about them. I'm definitely not watching the one with Bane in it, simply because I read the Nightfall novelization, and Bane is an amazing character, and to see him like that, it's like a crime. But the Batman, I hadn't seen the trailer, I didn't know it was coming out, it's a Batman movie, and I prefer the comics. So I hadn't realized that they had race-swapped Jim Gordon. Now, I'm going to say something even more controversial than Ryan. I don't like characters being race-swapped, period. I don't care which character it is. I don't like them being race-swapped. And period. I've used the example already about if a game developer were to come to me and say, hey, we hear you like our game, say Destiny 2, we're going to put your cat in our game. And then they put in a Siamese cat. Well, that's not Buster. Buster isn't a Siamese cat. Buster is a striped black and brown tabby cat. And no matter how much you scream, threaten, throw a fit, cry, insult me over it, that's not Buster. She's a striped black and brown tabby, period. And it's the same thing with Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon isn't black, Period. You couldn't find a white actor to play Jim Gordon? I don't care about the atmosphere, the tensions, the message. I don't care about any of that. Jim Gordon is an established character. He's existed for decades, and he's white. Find a white actor. Period. Or, if you want to include a black character, find one that exists already or create a new one. But don't go around changing characters. Appearance is important. How a person looks is important. In the Warframe, they have a group called the Corpus. And one of the things they do is, the reason why they're wearing those massive helmets that people jokingly say look like refrigerators is to wipe their identities. They also have mechanicalized voice modulators, so their voice sounds robotic. Because it's to turn them into, like, automatons to people. So they don't have their individuality. What a person looks like is important. And I don't like race swapping. It was why one of the big reasons why I'm not interested in the Halo series. And yeah, I get it. They're saying that the Batman is really, really good. But Jim Gordon is one of my favorite characters in Batman. In some ways, I actually like Jim Gordon more than Batman, and I think he deserves more respect than Batman in some ways, because Jim Gordon has to deal with all the paperwork. He has to stick to the law. He has to follow procedure. He deals with the court trials and the evidence and all of that. It can't be easy being Jim Gordon. Batman, he just goes out there, beats them up, ties them up, and leaves them for the police. It's Jim Gordon and the police that have to find evidence and, make sure it can stand up in court, warrants, following the law. So Jim Gordon is one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite moments in Batman is in No Man's Land. There's this moment where, No Man's Land, Gotham City was hit by a massive earthquake, and they decided it wasn't worth fixing, and they basically, just cut off all the bridges and declared it no longer part of the United States. Now, some of the characters stayed behind, such as Alfred. He was mapping out Gotham City and the different territories, and Jim Gordon. And Batman disappeared for a while, and Jim Gordon felt betrayed by that. Now, I haven't read the comic in a long time, so if I get a few details wrong, it's been a very long time. But there was this one moment where they're on the roof of where Jim Gordon was staying, and Bruce Wayne removes his cowl. He's trying to earn back Jim Gordon's trust. And Jim Gordon has his back to Bruce Wayne. And he tells him to put the cowl back on. And at one point he comments, he says, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, you don't think I haven't figured it out already? And it's I always thought that Jim Gordon knew Bruce Wayne was Batman. Jim Gordon isn't stupid. He's a really smart cop and a really good one. He's the commissioner now. But, I always figured Jim Gordon knew that Bruce Wayne was Batman. So Jim Gordon is one of my favorite characters, and I want to see Jim Gordon looking like how I knew him from the comics. He's not black. I'm sorry. No matter how much you don't like it, he's existed for decades. I would feel the same if you race swapped any other character. Say Sergeant Johnson, whom apparently they removed from the Halo series because who knows? Sergeant Johnson is black and he's awesome. And if you turned him into a white guy or you removed him, like apparently they did, it would piss me the hell off. So I get it. There's that whole argument about it's somebody else's interpretation. Well, to me, we get so few good Batman movies. I don't want an interpretation. I want the comic on screen. And you know what? Listening to Eric July talking about Marvel, he gets it. For me, it's about Batman in particular. I don't even like how at the very least, they kept Alfred British, but, they don't even give him his mustache. But at least they didn't make him into an American. Anyway, as I said, I don't like characters being race swapped, period. Say what you will about it, I don't. So I might eventually watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray, but these aren't your properties, and I don't like it when they mess with them. And I'm tired of it all. I'm genuinely tired of it all. And I really wish we could get fans to buy these IPs. I wish I had the money to be able to buy the, the license for Destiny and make a TV series about Destiny because, I'd stick to the lore and the established characters. Or Warframe. I've heard some people saying that they want to make a live action Warframe movie. And I'm so picky about that if they got the Corpus haircut wrong, I'd throw a fit. And not be interested. Seriously. Just the Corpus haircut, because it's iconic. That funky haircut, which is established, it has existed like that for years. It's nothing new with Viso. It has been like that. So if I'm that picky and I don't even want them to mess with the Corpus haircut and beard, yeah, race swapping is definitely not on the table for me. Anyway, those are my more controversial thoughts. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the tower.